Hey guys, I'm proud to represent to you the summary of my activity during Necropolis League. I've played the softcore trade Necropolis League, and here is the main build that I've compiled. It is a Guardian BAMA. BAMA stands for Blink Arrow Mirror Arrow, but I'm only using Mirror Arrow, so check out my build guys. Total budget is around 200 divines. You may check the POE link in the descriptions if you want. The effective DPS of it is around 27 million without Vol Haste on. Main damage skill is the Mirror Arrow of bombarding clones. It shoots an arrow in the sky and summons a minion that demolishes full screen around it with a rain of arrows. We allowed to have 3 of them at the same time. Val Mastery for Mirror Arrow cooldown is a must-have. I personally am a big fan of builds that don't deal damage directly from our character. I mean builds that use totems, traps, mines, or minions. Damage over time builds is a part of my passion too. To check DPS and POE, I include Mirror Arrow of bombarding clones in full DPS and set a count to 12, because 12 is an average number of arrows from rain arrows that land onto an enemy, if there is only one enemy. Our Mirror Arrow minions using our bow and quiver, so you want them to be as damaging as possible. In my case on the bow, you want as much elemental DPS as possible. My minions have 90% chance to crit and 650% crit multiplier thanks to the following items and nodes. So our minions crit and deal cold damage. It means that you can enjoy shuddering sounds while mapping. Cluster Jewel node Blessed Rebirth is very important, so that it makes this build feel good. Without it, your minions may die instantly after a summon. These gloves and ring is cool. Ring was crafted by myself from a base with Fractured mod by Harvest Reforge Chaos until good suffixes. Then suffixes cannot be changed and Harvest Reforge life until I get life with open prefix for the mana cost bench craft. That ring was very insatiable for divine orbs. I spent around 30 divines in total to get it. Gloves was bought with rolled suffixes. Then I rolled prefixes with Eldritch currency until I got life, and 1 open prefix for the bench craft. Additional Abyssal Jewel socket on gloves is great. Ghastly Eye Jewels increase our DPS well, and it helps with flat life mods and attributes. It is some kind of a puzzle to satisfy dexterity and intelligence requirements of this build, while not losing DPS or life pool. I was able to snap a glorious Vanity Jewel with 54% increased minion damage, which is just fine. By stacking our minions' attack speed, we also increase main character attack speed thanks to Spiritual Command node, which is cool because a Mirror Arrow is an attack skill, and with low attack speed, you wouldn't be able to have a good times. Fresh Meat buff actually doubles the damage, so you want it to be as long as possible, which we are achieving with Enduring Bond, exceptional performance and duration mastery. The best part of this build is its defensive layers, which is combination of Defiance of Destiny Amulet and 4th Vow Body Armor and Divine Flesh node and 47k armor. All 4 together helps us to negotiate a lot of damage from hits. 58% evade chance is also good. Guardian's Ascendancy nodes Bastion of Hope and Time of Need is helpful but not much. Best part of them is Radiant Crusade with 20% of physical damage negation from Sentinel of Radiance, but you have to keep him alive for it. Eventually you get used to it. Watcher's Eye nodes for chaos resistance and 12% of physical damage from hits taken as elemental damage is also pretty good. With armor and energy shield mastery for 10% of physical damage from hits taken as chaos damage, we have 42% of physical damage negation in total, which is nice to have against big hits. 100% chance of spell suppression is a key to success. 100% reduced extra damage taken from critical strikes makes us crit immune, which is nice, especially at T17 maps. Unfortunately, the build doesn't have much life regen, so damage over time is a problem. And Time of Need is not that much helpful. My main activity in a league was farming T16 maps with Chula Breaches and Harbingers. You may check atlases and scarabs I used by following links in the description. Both of these strategies is good for wealth generation and experience gains. That's how I got this character to level 100. That was fun. Speaking of currency, Chula strategy will get you an average 2 Chula Breach stone per map. They sold for around 40c each. Harbingers consistently give you some ancient and annulment orbs. And very rarely you can get around 5 fracturing orbs at a time. If you are lucky, they are 5 divines each. In this league, I have sold around 30 fracturing orbs in total, but I have ran a lot of maps. Those divines were very useful. I also farmed some T17 maps. Depending on rolls, T17 with back to basics may be deadly. One of strats is default barrels and back to basics, but I like to add Scarab of Stability to it, just in case if I die a lot. Second strat is back to basics with Scarab of Bloodlines. Keep in mind that you have to roll your maps to have more than at least plus 140% more Scarabs for this strat. It is not necessary to roll barrels, but if I roll barrels as well, then I'm okay with plus 100% more Scarabs, and I have to say that this strat is absolutely broken. The amount of very high cost loot you get with it's crazy. You may check all the Atlas trees in the description. By the way, check how much maps have I collected in this league. That's crazy. The moment you start farming T17, your T16 map pool skyrocketing into the sky and never comes back. And finally, after I leveled my Guardian to level 100, I have finished 40 out of 40 league challenges. That was kinda grindy, but pretty entertaining. And guys, please do not look at this character IGN. I don't know how this happened. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching this video. In case if you have any questions, please ask them in the comments. I would love to answer them. Goodbye.